Welcome to SED 368 Math Methods for Learners with Disabilities. This is your pre-course learning lesson video, and it is designed to introduce you to the course. How do you design math instruction that meets the needs of diverse learners while facilitating the acquisition of rigorous standards? In this course, you will explore, implement, and reflect upon research-based strategies that address the needs of learners with and without disabilities. Leveraging a wide range of instructional and assistive technologies, you will engage in collaborative lesson planning activities with opportunities for hands-on practice and regular feedback to help you grow. Get ready to brush up on your math skills, learn alternative methods for problem solving, and think outside the box. This course may be a little different than you're used to. Many of you have heard of the idea of a flipped classroom, where students engage in readings and supplemental videos at home before class. In fact, many of your college courses require you to do this. The pedagogical approach, known as flipped learning, takes it one step further. Flipped learning is a pedagogical approach in which direct instruction moves from the group learning space to the individual learning space. This means all of your lectures and individual practice will occur outside class time on your own schedule. Group project meetings, discussions, and extension activities will occur during class time with instructor support. There are 4 pillars of flipped learning. First, the teacher must maintain a flexible environment that establishes spaces and time frames that permit students to interact and reflect on their learning. Second, the flipped learning model deliberately shifts class instruction to a learner-centered approach, where in-class time is dedicated to exploring topics in greater depth and creating rich learning opportunities. As a result, students are actively involved in knowledge construction as they participate and evaluate their learning in a manner that's personally meaningful. The teacher is the facilitator, scaffolding learning opportunities and providing expert feedback. The third pillar is intentional content. This means the teacher must expertly decide which content requires direct instruction and what students should explore more on their own. Finally, the fourth pillar establishes the role of teacher as a professional educator who is reflective in one's practice, connects with others to improve one's instruction, accepts constructive criticism, and tolerates controlled chaos in one's classroom. While this approach is not appropriate for every lesson in every course, it is my belief, based on feedback from previous semesters, that this pedagogical approach will make this course most beneficial to you. If you're nervous about this flipped structure, just know that you are not alone. The feedback from students who took this course in prior semesters when the new structure was introduced indicated that many of them were also nervous about flipped learning for math, but by the end of the semester, they couldn't imagine it any other way. Let's take a moment to highlight some of the key tools, policies, and assignments for this course. We will be using a variety of tech tools in this course. Generally, the policy on technology in this course is bring it and use it. Most people today carry around with them powerful computers called a smartphone. We will use those computers on a regular basis. In addition to using them to engage with specific apps, it's expected that you use those devices to look things up when you don't understand something. If you have a laptop, please bring it to every class. Technology is any human-made tool that changes the way we do things. So we will use a variety of technologies on a spectrum of low-tech to high-tech in this course. All of the technology we select is purposeful. We select tools that allow us to do things that enhance teaching practices and the course content in ways that couldn't be done without it. I encourage you to regularly reflect on the tools we use in class and how they could be used in a K-12 setting. Our primary course website will be ReggieNet. This is where you will find course info, like links to the syllabus and course outline under the Course Info tab. You will also find detailed assignment descriptions, assignment submission links, your gradebook, and supplemental resources. On the left-hand toolbar, there will be weekly course pages that contain links to all materials, learning lessons, curriculum extensions, and other online tools we will use in class. If managing your own set of internet bookmarks is not one of your strengths, let ReggieNet be your go-to site, because there you will find links to everything else we will use. Edpuzzle will be the host of all your learning lesson flipped lectures. This website allows the instructor to embed comments and questions into videos as checks for understanding. The instructor can also lock the fast forward button and view how many times you watched each part of the video. For this course, you will be required to watch learning lesson videos and respond to all checks for understanding prior to coming to class. This is a very user-friendly online tool, but occasionally people have difficulty with videos loading, and this is usually because of the browser used. I recommend using Chrome because Edpuzzle is associated with Google. Firefox usually works as well, but I have had some people had some issues in the past. Additionally, in the past, Safari has given Mac users some trouble, so if you have trouble with videos loading, always try switching browsers first. The grading for this course is broken into 7 main categories. 10% of your grade is made up of in-class activities, so you must be in class to earn those points. In-class will review content from the flipped learning lessons with entrance tickets on tech tools like Nearpod, Kahoot, Plickers, or Socrative, and you will earn points based on how well you perform on those activities. The grading scale is in our course syllabus for these entrance tickets. When we have group work sessions or activities, you'll earn points for your participation based on giving a good faith effort. Learning lessons, which are flipped videos with embedded checks for understanding, make up 15% of your course grade. You must complete these videos and questions by class time, if not sooner. You will be graded on good faith effort in your completion of these learning lessons instead of based on accuracy. Most questions will have immediate feedback to promote self-monitoring of your learning. There will also be some open answer reflective questions to facilitate deep processing of the content. Class time will not be used to review everything from these learning lessons, so it is essential you take the time you need to process the content and write down questions to ask the instructor during class as needed. Another 10% of your grade is made up of assignments in this catch-all category called curriculum extensions. Many of these assignments will be small tasks like completing surveys or preparing for an in-class activity, and they will simply be graded based on good faith effort. The second half of the semester focuses on content-specific math strategies, and the learning lessons have worksheets that go along with them. Worksheets will be graded on accuracy using the scale listed in your syllabus. Assignment 4 is a collaborative lesson study worth 20% of your grade. There are 3 parts to this assignment. For the first part, you will work in a small group of about 4 students to co-plan a lesson adapted from a lesson plan from a teacher manual. The focus of this first lesson plan assignment is to collaboratively plan a lesson that emphasizes specific elements of explicit instruction. Most of the group planning will be completed during class time. Part 2 of this assignment is teaching a portion of the lesson within ISU's virtual classroom simulation called Virtual Nest. We will use a lesson study format for executing a portion of the lesson. You'll learn more about this during class. You will be video recorded teaching your lesson, and after teaching, you will use video analysis software to tag and annotate your video as a reflection on your teaching. We will go over this assignment in depth later. 2 exams, a midterm and a final, make up another 20% of your grade. Exams in this class are authentic and application-based, so you will be asked to do things like evaluate student assessments, identify evidence-based elements of instruction, and draw representations for math concepts. These exams are take-home and therefore are open notes. You will need to work independently and use your resources just like you would as a teacher. The only resource you may not use is another person. Release and due dates can be found on the course syllabus. Assignment 6 is a second collaborative lesson planning assignment, most of which will be completed during class time. This lesson will focus on leveraging co-teaching models to implement a scaffolded and differentiated lesson that uses a problem-based learning approach. You will sign up for a week and topic and will work with a co-teaching partner to co-plan your lesson. On the assigned in-class date, you will teach the lesson to the group and your peers will give you constructive feedback. Similarly to assignment 4, you will be video recorded while teaching and will be asked to reflect on your teaching using video tagging software. These video reflection tasks are designed to prepare you for the video reflection portion of EdTPA, your licensure assessment. The final assignment is a lesson observation. This is the only major assignment that is entirely completed outside of class time. For this assignment, you need to arrange a lesson observation in a math class with at least 1 student with an IEP. The class you observe should be outside the Bloomington normal area. The purpose of this requirement is not to overload the local schools who are already housing practicum and field-based students and student teachers. Many students opt to do this assignment in their hometowns over break. So your completed observation form and our class discussion on those observations won't happen until after break. Schools today often have very strict requirements and hoops to jump through for even observations, so you should contact the school right away to get the process started. You'll have to submit to me the date and location of your observation early in the semester so I know you have something arranged. The completed note sheet will be due on the day of our class discussion. This concludes our course introduction video. Other course policies are detailed in the course syllabus. This video should give you a good sense of what the learning lessons will be like. Depending on the content, there may be additional checks for understanding or worksheets that go along with them. I'm looking forward to a great semester and to working together to help you grow as a teacher.